Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit about my first 6 months in the US Navy as a female, and I'm going to be telling you guys 3 little tips that I think will really matter when you guys are trying to decide whether you want to go in or what your first 6 months pretty much is going to look like. So if you guys want to watch this video, please stick around. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's just get right into it. And I feel like I always have to say this in all of my videos now, but this is just a little disclaimer. These are my videos, which means that they are my personal experience, my opinion, so don't come for me telling me how, that's not right. I'm telling you what I went through. I'm telling you what my opinion is, and, that's just that. If you don't like it, just keep scrolling or keep watching to add to the views. But yes, that is everything. So now let's actually get into the video. So far I have made it through pretty much recruiting, where you have to deal with your recruiter selling you up the river. I've been through a few MEPs in Connecticut and in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. I have been to boot camp and I have been to 1A school, and now I'm pretty much experiencing a little bit of a shore tour. And my experience so far these last 6 months have been such a roller coaster. I was so excited to join the Navy, and I just really wanted to jump in, make my mark, and I don't know, be able to tell you guys it's so great, you should join it, all the perks of it and everything else like that. But that's just not what it is. If you guys have been watching, you clearly know that I did not have a great time at A school. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, just scroll through and try to find that video so you can figure out what happened. But yeah, boot camp to me was a little bit crazy just because I went through COVID. There was a lot of lessons that you do learn in boot camp that you will use in the fleets or in A school and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things that you will go through in A school that will not be the same when you get to the fleet, when you get to your first command and all of that stuff. And I'll just let that be that, because everybody will experience it differently. So right now where I'm at, I'm still in E3, which means I have no rank. I am not a petty officer yet. Hopefully I will be sometime soon. All of those things really do depend on your rate, depend on quotas, depend on if you were in A school and you got top of your class, you're recommended to be promoted to E4, which would make you a petty officer. And fun fact for that one, it is a recommendation. It is not proven that you necessarily will, but I did talk to a chief of an HM. I did talk to a chief of an LS. An HM is a hospital corpsman, and then the LS is a logistics specialist, and they both did say that even though it is a recommendation, pretty much somebody's already saying that this sailor is good to go, and pretty much is going to do good work, so they don't have to worry about them at all, and they will just promote them. So you just never know. And they both did say that it is up to that person's discretion. So don't think that if you just got top of your class and you got that letter of recommendation that you're automatically going to do it. Make sure you get to your first command, do what you need to do so that you can definitely seal the deal. And then a little bit about what I'm doing now. So I work in a reserve unit right now, and I work in the logistics office, which is supply. And what that pretty much entails is uniforms, berthings. I'm trying to think. There's just so much that goes into logistics that I didn't even know that it is kind of cool. And it is an admin job, and everyone that I am working around is pretty much admin. They sit at a desk all day and type away and and do all that type of stuff. So that's a little bit different from what I was doing in A school, or what I thought my actual rating was going to be. And in A school, I don't think I still haven't told you guys what rate I was yet. If you didn't know, I guess this is a good video to put it in. I was actually going to be a CE. I was going to be a part of the CB's battalion, which is the construction battalion, and I was going to be a construction electrician. It feels so crazy that I haven't told you guys that yet, but I just haven't. And you guys, if you have been following this channel for a little bit, for a few reasons why I've decided not to do that. But yes, and in working as a construction electrician or having that rate, I was pretty much gonna be like shoreside and never really going on a submarine or going on a surface ship. All of my work was gonna kind of be like on ground, and which was something that I really did want to do, because I really didn't want to be on a submarine and I didn't want to have to be attached to a surface ship at all. But because of the situation that happened, now I'm looking at some other rates, and hopefully maybe I'll get an admin rate, because I kind of enjoy what I've been doing lately as an LS. And the same thing, I've seen PSs and YNs and AZs and all of those admin rates around me. So cross your fingers, pray for me, guys. Hope that I get one of those rates, and I will keep you guys posted on that. And for the next half of this video, I'm going to be telling you guys 3 things that you may need to know that will be important. Just sum it all up that way for you guys, for things that you just want to look out for when you are going to be joining, and how you should really base things off of. So first things first, your attitude matters. You guys see me come on here, you see me smiling, you see me lively. On my Instagram, I'm always smiling and stuff like that. And it is not technically like a facade. It is just how I am choosing to carry myself, and it's how I'm choosing to pretty much live my life. Your attitude does matter. You may, when you're going to pick your job, you have a right to say, no, I don't want this rate. I'm gonna wait and see what other billets come up. You have the right to say yes or no to certain things. But even still, though you do have that right, when you go to boot camp, you really can't say yes or no. When you get to your command and someone's telling you to go do X, Y, and Z, even if you don't want to, even if you have to go in to work on weekends, which I do, and I don't understand why. But anyways, you do have to be a yes person, and I just choose to go into work, do my job, put a smile on, and just take whatever comes to me. And I've been through some stuff in the military, so I like to pat myself on the back, but your attitude really does matter, you guys. If you're gonna be moany, grumpy, with an attitude all the time, that's how you're gonna feel. That's gonna be the representation that you carry around. Alrighty, anyway, you guys, Christian just came home and I had to stop for a second just to say hi to him. But the next thing that really does matter is your rank. Your rank does matter, you guys. I have been E3 since boot camp. In boot camp, everybody thinks it's so great that you're an E3, because of however you got to be an E3, whether you have schooling in the background, whether, I don't really know how else you can get it, but just because of that. In A school, it's not really that big of a deal, because you do have some fleet returnees who are E4s and E5s, or even E6s, that are just coming to retrain, and everybody else is above you, so that really doesn't matter. But when you get to when you get to the fleet, when you get to your first command, you are the bottom barrel. You are back at square one, and you just are somebody who answers questions and does what, answers orders, and then does what everybody else says. That's pretty much how it's been for me, good and bad. You do have some people who are above you who just look at your rank tab to see if you are a petty officer or not, and what what pay grade of a petty officer that you are, because if they're above you, that's how they're going to treat you. It's like, you're treated according to this, and that's just my opinion. You depending on your rate, you will have some people who have to answer to you in general, or you kind of have the power, but more so your rank does matter. You have to answer to chiefs, to officers. You do have to be respectful, treat them accordingly, and pretty much your first 6 months is going to be just shaking your head yes, or just saying I petty officer, yes petty officer, yes chief, no chief, good morning sir, good morning ma'am, see you later man, have a good day. And that's just how it is, and that just really does matter. So if you guys have a degree, go officer. If you have education, make sure you get your E3. Try and level up, try and rank up, try and do what you need to do. And I think the third and most important thing that really does matter is your rate. Your rate really does matter, you guys. I know some people stress out about it, but you know what? I feel like that's some stress that you should endure if you really feel like you want a specific rate. Your rate will have you on a sub. Your rate will have you on a ship. Your rate will have you working at a desk. Your rate will make you miserable. Your rate will make you happy. Depending on what rate you have, pretty much will set up your entire career. Like I was telling you guys, as a construction electrician, I was really just gonna be on the ground, never really going on a sub or a ship unless it was kind of like in transit or something like that. But if you work in admin, you're gonna be working at a desk. You're not gonna be lifting a whole bunch of things. You're not gonna be working 16-hour days. You're not gonna be on the flight deck. None of that stuff. It's the same way when you, like anywhere you work pretty much. You know, you could work at McDonald's, or you could choose to go and work, you know, at a dentist's office. Choose which one you want to do. Like I told you guys before, also when you go to MEPS, you do have the options to say, you know, no, I don't want to do that job, I want to wait for another one. You do have the option to take your ASVAB over multiple times, and then also ask your recruiters about getting certain waivers, because if your ASVAB is a little bit lower, and let's say you needed 5 or 6 more points or something like that, I don't know exactly what it is, but if you needed a couple more points, they can try and get you, they can request for you to get a waiver to get the job that you actually want. Now, don't go telling your recruiter, you know, Taj from YouTube told you to request a waiver and you know you got a 30 on your ASVAB and you needed a 75 to get the job that you wanted. So guys, just keep an open mind, but your job really does matter. Your rate matters and your attitude matters, okay? Nobody is going to care about your career more than you're going to care about your career. Nobody's going to care about you more than you care about you. Like, you guys, make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do for you. Make sure that you're getting that job you want. Make sure that you're checking yourself at the door and leaving everything else, you know, leave home at home and leave work at work. Make sure your attitude is right, and make sure you level up if that's what you want to do. Do your research, do your planning. It's not all fun and giggles, but it's also not the worst thing ever. If you guys have any questions, please, you know, you can always just ask me in the comments below. I always read the comments and I think that they're so funny. Sometimes I laugh at the fact that so many people will take the time out of their days to write negative things under the YouTube, under the channel, and some of the subscribers will come to my rescue and gather them, and then sometimes I just leave them there because I'm like, well, you know, thank you for the view. With that being said, guys, that is everything for today. Thank you for continuing to watch. Thank you for continuing to comment. I'm so grateful, and let's see what the next 6 months has in store for me, guys. I'm going to be picking another rate. I'm going to be going to another A school, and I will bring you guys along the ride for all of it. But until now, bye guys.